Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
How long's it been since we've done this?
When did we record those other episodes? Like in April?
April must have been, yeah.
So, 4 months?
Hey, how's it going? What have we missed?
Man, I guess, yeah, we might as well just start. Hello, everybody.
I'm back.
And welcome.
Still got the moves.
I'm feeling a little more zen today. Welcome to a more chill episode of Bitter Cheddar. He's
I'm
bitter.
back.
He's not as chill. I'm
Save
Cheddar.
every one of you. I'm a sheriff around these parts.
Well, I'll tell you
I'm
what.
really gonna enjoy this.
As we've already implied, this is our first episode recording in quite a while. For you guys, episodes have been coming out regularly for like a month and a half, 2 months now, but for us, it's been 4 months since we've done this.
It's been a while. We've done so many different things independent of each other.
Yeah, and to be fair, you guys had a longer break still because before the episode started coming out in, what was that, July? It's been so long.
Welcome to the first new recording, technically, of 2022 in September.
A first new recording that's actually going to come out within a week of being recorded.
I think we missed, like, the 1 year anniversary, and that's how fucked up it became.
Yeah, we're all over the place right now. Mostly me.
It's fine. We've both been up to many different things, and that's what this is gonna be. It's just that we're back, we're here, we're doing a little bit of a catch up. We got a load of different shit we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, we've both been doing different things and you know, experiencing different things. I went to Colorado, which
I'm a giraffe.
You know, it's funny. One of the first and biggest things that we did was we went to it's called the oh god, I forgot the name of it. No, the something mountain zoo. And
The Adirondack Mountain Zoo.
No, oh fuck, I just forgot the name of it. It starts with a
Himalayan
C.
Mountain Zoo. Colorado Mountain Zoo.
No, it was not that easy. But the first exhibit, I guess, that doesn't seem like the right word for a zoo, but the first
animal, sure.
Yeah, the first animal you run into at that zoo, no matter what you do, is the giraffes.
They've done that on purpose, man.
Maybe. But it was cool because you get to, like, feed them lettuce. And they're, like, right up in your face. It was actually really cool.
Was it weird seeing them in real life?
They are kind of alien.
I'm telling you, man. They're not actually, like, real creatures.
No, they're real.
No,
There's a difference between real and
they've been made on a different planet, and they've been, like, bombarded into our Earth like Superman. And they're slowly populating. They'll take over the world one day, I'm telling you. They'll unzip their necks to reveal people inside them. A highly intelligent race. It's all happening.
You know, a lot of things have been said on this show in its history.
It's still not the craziest thing I've ever said.
No, that's the wild part. But giraffes came from space and they hatched out of a meteor, and then they've just been
No
here
particular
ever since.
planet. They were just in the atmosphere.
Just grew in the void of space and then came
Why do
here.
you think their necks are so long? They were trying to reach other planets.
With their necks. But yeah, tell us some of the things you've been up to.
Where do we begin? I guess we can begin with the weather.
The weather.
The typical British conversation is, how's the weather?
Shit.
Don't ask. It's been actually horrifying.
You guys had a pretty bad heat wave, right?
We've had a super duper mega fuck off heat wave.
Yeah.
Reaching highs of like 36 degrees Celsius.
For the
which is super fucked.
Let me do some quick Google math. Celsius.
I mean,
to
this
Fahrenheit.
doesn't work because you're gonna convert it into a fucking Fahrenheit, and then you'll get people from fucking Arizona being like, "You pussy, that's not fucking hot. We shit out 36 degrees for breakfast."
Listen, that's 97 degrees Fahrenheit. That's still pretty fucking hot. Yes, you're gonna get people in Arizona. They're like, "Oh, I don't get out of bed unless it's 112." But it's like, who gives a fuck?
My curtains are on fire. My carpets are on fire. My doors are on fire.
My
I
dog
live in
is
fire.
on fire.
I'm in Phoenix. And doubt we have anyone who listens from that area, but in case we do, I'm not sorry. I don't care. It's been so fucking unbearably hot.
I could bake a cake in my mailbox, you pussy.
We probably fucking could, the way it got some days. Because the normal, like, I'm going to say the average, like, batting average temperature for the UK is, like, 17 degrees Celsius.
I'll do some quick math for the Americans, including myself. That's 63 degrees approximately.
Yeah, so it's like a normal, livable temperature that you can just comfortably exist in.
Yeah, that's a good,
it's
nice
raining
temperature.
A lot, and that's fine. I've come out of this heat wave a changed man, because we until I think about last week or 2 weeks ago, we didn't have rain for like 3 months.
Oh yeah?
It's so fucked. Everything's yellow. If the fucking pavement's on fire, you can't walk your dogs because they'll burst into flames. It's so fucking bad. It's
become the hell level from an RPG.
It almost was. Like, literally, you could look at aerial satellite photos of the country and everything is just fucking yellow.
Wow.
All the fucking rivers dried up. I'm not even kidding. All the fucking rivers dried up.
The crops have shriveled and the farm animals have died.
Yeah. That too.
Oh, man.
It's really been not a good time at all. Especially when you're like me and you weigh like 500 pounds. And it's really difficult to just exist anyway. Increment the fucking temperatures to an absurdly high level. It becomes fucking literally like hell. It was really fucking bad.
I mean, we had a similar heat wave here in New York, literally similar temperatures, and it was like 2 to 3 weeks.
And you're like in the heart of a massive fucking like industrial city as well, which exacerbates the issue.
Exactly, and the humidity is just out of this fucking life.
The humidity makes me want to fucking die. It's so bad.
The amount of times I walked outside and just said, I'd rather be shot in the head. It's just, I hate it. I hate weather like that.
And fucking yet, you get these fucking people who always say, oh, but it's the summer. We never get lovely weather like this. You'll be complaining when it's cold. I'm like, fuck off.
No,
I fucking won't actually. I enjoy the rain. I enjoy the snow. I enjoy the sleet. I enjoy the hail. I enjoy the clouds. I enjoy being able to exist and not want to fucking kill myself because it's too hot. I actually enjoy when things are miserable, because it's a nice reflection of how I feel inside most of the time. I can't wait for the snow.
I was just going to say, like, I exist at a higher temperature than most people by default. I am always hot. I hate it. I don't like being hot. I sweat a lot. It sticks to me. It stinks. It sucks. I don't like it. I want to be cold. Let me be cold. I would live in fucking Alaska if I could.
Alaska does sound pretty nice, to be fair.
I cannot stand the heat. I cannot stand the fucking humidity. I gotta get away from the East Coast, dude. It's an East Coast thing. It must be. Because people in LA, they don't deal with humidity, and I don't understand why. I'm not smart enough to understand the science.
They don't deal with humidity, but they do deal with a myriad of other problems from what I've heard.
They have earthquakes and fires. Like, I don't want to go to LA.
You know?
Like, somewhere that's just not the East Coast. I can't. It's such a fucking... I hate the humidity. I would rather be dead.
Every year this happens. Every fucking year this happens. And I'm always like, oh, it'll be fine next time. No, it's always infinitely worse.
Yeah.
Because, climate change is a thing. So it's only going to get worse from here on out.
Yeah. The knob on the oven is just dialing up further and further every year, and I just hate it.
We're getting closer and closer to heat death.
The Earth is trying to sweat us out like a fever.
Apparently so. But yeah, that's been fucking horrible. It's now starting to calm down a little bit. You have the occasional day where it's like a little bit too hot for my liking, but we're slowly easing into the fucking autumn. And then we'll get to the winter, and I'll be so fucking happy.
I'm so ready.
Can't wait for Christmas, dude. Christmas is gonna be lit.
Summer to be over.
Yeah, man. Oh, speaking of summer.
Yes.
Me and Ellie have decided to take it upon ourselves to binge certain movie franchises.
Oh, please talk about this.
We've had a fair few on our list for a while, and because I have Disney Plus and I never actually fully understood what it meant to have Disney Plus, the Disney subscription-based service where you have everything that Disney owns.
Yup.
So we thought, oh, let's have a look at some movies. This is when they were down here for like a week or so. I was like, let's just watch a fucking movie. Let's go. Let's look on Disney Plus. Are you familiar with the odyssey known as Troy Bolton in High School Musical?
You gotta get your head in the game.
Wildcats, get your head in the game.
We're soaring.
Summer, summer, summer.
Oh my god, I forgot about
summer. It's
See,
our
okay.
vacation.
So,
Oh, me and Ellie watched all 3 High School Musical films over
Yes.
the span of 2 days.
so here's the thing about High School Musical, as far as I remember it. The second and third movies are complete blurs. I'm not even 100% convinced I ever saw the third one, but the second one at least is definitely a blur. The only thing I remember is that song where Troy is running through the field and like splashing water and getting very intense about something.
Bet on it, bet
On it. That's it.
Yeah.
The first one I remember a bit better. Like I remember stick to the status quo, get your head in the game. The finale song we're soaring. Like way more of that movie than the rest. But I
So
loved
this
them.
is my experience with it, alright? We lived through the time when it first came out in whatever year it was.
That was early 2000s, must have been.
It was definitely late 2000s.
Was it late?
Let's figure it out. I'm gonna say 2008 must have been the first one. 2006. Okay.
All right.
So yeah, the first one came out in 2006. I would have been 11. Definitely
Yeah.
not my thing. Definitely not my thing at the time because I've never liked musicals.
Oh yeah.
We know this. I completely just let it pass me by. I didn't want to experience it at all. It was not what I wanted to build my personality around at the time. But now that I'm 27 and I'm an adult and I've, adjusted to how life works, I thought, fuck it, why not? Let's just experience these shit fucking movies. I wasn't expecting them to be good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, though. Why are they good?
Isn't that the great question?
I know, but here's how it is. You know how like on TikTok you have all of these fucking like rate all of these things, and you have like clips of people being like, "Ooh, I mean it's all right," you know those ones. So the first one,
My favorite is always the one with the rock, and he's like, "It's complete dog shit."
the first one, it's all right.
Yeah.
The second one, woo! The third one, this is a big pile of dog shit. That's my official fucking rankings, alright? Because number 1 is good.
All right.
It's got the 2006 like embodiment of what it meant to be a Disney Channel original movie.
Yeah, there was definitely a vibe to that.
2008, I want to say, is when the next one came out. Let's look this up.
Yeah,
High School Musical 2.
pretty soon after.
2007, actually, so it was a year after.
Huh.
It took... It's like the Crash Bandicoot games. It took everything that the first one did very well and fine-tuned it and fucking honed in on that and made it so fucking good.
You've put a mental image in my head of just Troy Bolton running on stage, stopping in front of the audience and
Whoa.
going, "Whoa!"
It's Troy Bolton. He wants to play basketball or collect Wampa fruit. We'll
And then
never
whatever
know
the
what
fuck
you want to do.
I forget the female lead's name, but she just grabs onto
Gabriella, obviously.
Gabriella. She just clings to his face and goes, "Oogaba!"
Yeah, that's his power up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one is peak, in my opinion. That's just the best one of the franchise. And then the third one came out in 2008. So, but here's the thing, though. The first 2 were Disney Channel original movies. And the third one was released in cinemas.
Yes.
It doesn't have what makes it good.
Oh.
It's got way too high production value.
I've never heard that as a complaint before.
If you're looking for like fucking Disney Channel made for TV jank, you go for High School Musical 1.
Yes.
If you want that but like actually enjoyable as a film, you go for the second one. But then the third one, it's like you wanted to recreate what made those movies good, but you didn't understand why they were good. Don't get me wrong, it's not actually terrible. Like, it's the worst problem with it is that it's mid. Like, a lot of it is so forgettable. Like, all of the songs are forgettable, bar one. It's called Scream. If you know the movie, you know that song. It's the one where Troy Bolton is going through the school. It's just like he's having his angsty turmoil about whether he wants to be a basketball or whether he wants to be a musical. How will he ever decide?
Should I be a high school or a musical?
You can't be both. It's impossible. Science hasn't cracked the code yet. And then literally the whole franchise ends with, yeah, I'm just going to be both. I'm just going to do both.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, that was never a fucking option to begin with. What the fuck? But
we really are the High School Musical too.
The High School Musical isn't us. No, this is my biggest problem with the entire franchise. No cap. They lie to you.
What do you mean?
There is no musical in High School Musical 1.
Is it not? Is that not what they're auditioning for?
There is no musical. What you see at the end, the final performance piece, We're Breaking Free,
yeah,
is an audition.
But isn't
stage.
that what they're auditioning for?
You don't get to see the final product. You don't get to see the musical for which they are auditioning.
Oh, I guess not.
So that's a bold-faced fucking lie.
Well, yeah.
It's a bold-faced lie to base your entire franchise around. And you know, it gets worse, Carmine. It gets fucking worse. Do you know why?
Why?
In High School Musical 2...
There's no high school.
There's no fucking high school!
I forgot about that.
Only in the third one do we get both at the same time.
There's an actual musical in the third one?
I think there is. It could have just been the production value tricking me into thinking that there was, but either way, I'm pretty sure you get both in the third one.
I forgot there's no fucking high school in the second one.
They go to a fucking holiday resort.
Yeah, that's why he's in a field.
He's in a golf course.
It's a golf course, that's right.
It's a golf course. And he looks into the fucking water reflection, and what looks up at him is clearly not his reflection. It's just a poorly imposed Zac Efron green screen effect. I gotta believe. Now here's something I asked. Because at the time, I didn't think about it. Do the actors actually sing the songs?
Oh, I got no idea.
Or is it voice doubles?
I wouldn't be shocked.
Ellie said that they are actually voice doubles.
Yeah,
and when everyone found out, they were super upset.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Zac Efron has been in other, like, musical-based media. He's been in The Greatest Showman. He's done other stuff where he's had to sing. But, I don't know. It just, for some reason, it didn't occur to me that maybe they're not singing.
I mean, yeah.
That's something we have to look into in our conspiracy theories episode.
What a conspiracy theory.
But yeah, I think this franchise, I'm really, really glad I watched it now. Instead of, like, 10 years ago.
Do you think you just would have thought it was stupid 10 years ago?
Yeah. I had a lot less fun when I was a teenager. And then knowing you... Because I took things a bit too seriously.
And then knowing you would have thought it was stupid 10 years ago, and you would have held on to that bias till the day you died.
Yeah. Just out of sheer stubbornness. But, now that I'm 27, and I realize that nothing in life truly matters, and we're all going to die, so why not just fucking enjoy things?
Now that I'm 27 with one foot in the grave...
Literally, I feel like I'm allowed to enjoy stupid, dumb things.
Yeah.
And I don't have, like, peer pressure to succumb to. I don't have to keep up appearances.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fuck it. I enjoy High School Musical.
Fuck Citizen Kane, give me Troy Bolton.
Literally. No, this is the biggest letdown I ever had with it, right? So you finish the movies and you're like, I want more of this.
Uh-huh.
I just want more of this. I want, like, a TV show set in the universe of East High. So then, we see High School Musical, the the TV series. And I think, okay. This is a TV show about the characters in the universe of East High, right?
I would guess not.
No.
Yeah.
What it actually is...
A bunch of jabronis from the background.
No. It's about a bunch of jabronis who watched the High School Musical film series.
What?
And then went to attend East High, where the movies were filmed.
What?
And Corbin Bleu is in it as Corbin Bleu.
That's...
Who played Chad in the movies.
That's... Oh my god, what?
It takes place in an alternate universe, High School Musical multiverse, wherein the movies were filmed at this school, and Zac Efron is just a person. There is no Troy Bolton. It's all fictional.
So, this is a show that makes you assume that the movie is a movie, but the school is a real place?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
It's like a mockumentary of sorts. I don't know whether I should watch it or not, because I want High School Musical. I don't want a show about High School Musical,
I don't want a show about High School Musical fans.
Right. Because that is what it is. And I think they go off to some camp or something, but yeah.
Is it Camp Rock?
Oh, I was going to move on to that. We'll get to that. But yeah, that's the High School Musical experience, and I'm so glad that I'm able to have fun nowadays and just enjoy dumb things.
That's life.
Well, you've always enjoyed this, right?
Dumb things, yes.
No, specifically High School Musical.
Oh yeah, so that movie came out and it aired on TV, like you said, and I fucking watched it when it premiered, and I was into it.
Which is so weird, like, knowing you as a person.
Why is that weird?
I mean, you're the gayest straight person in the entire world. We know that.
That's been established, yeah. That's canon.
But for whatever reason, like, I just didn't think this would be your thing at all.
I was a big Disney Channel kid at that time, so when they announced, like, oh, we got this new movie, it's High School Musical, I was like, I don't really know what that means, but I'll watch it.
It's Disney, I don't care.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of the fucking movies when they came out. There was a point where it stopped, and, like, they've come out with so many fucking movies since then, and I don't know what any of them are, but High School Musical, that was when I was fucking into it. That was peak me watching Disney Channel, and when Get Your Head in the Game played, I was like, dude, this is the best movie of all time.
Let's go through my Spotify, because I've saved a bunch of the good songs that I liked into my Spotify, because, you know, you gotta have fun when you're going out and walking around the streets.
I just imagine you, like, shadow dribbling on the sidewalk as Get Your Head in the Game plays.
So I've got Get Your Head in the Game.
Of course.
This is from the first movie. I've got the classics. I've got the start of something new, Get Your Head in the Game, Breaking Free, and we're all in this together.
Oh yeah, we're on
because of course.
That song's like so transcendent at this point as like a meme that sometimes I forget it's from High School Musical.
Well, Breaking Free, I only think of the vine where the guy goes into the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
That's all I think of.
That's true.
But then from the second movie, you got What Time Is It? Fabulous, You Are the Music in Me, I Don't Dance, and Bet on It.
I don't dance.
I don't dance, I know you can. You can do this, well, you can do that.
Oh my god.
He sings a song about not wanting to sing or dance while singing and dancing. I think it's beautiful. It's levels on levels of irony. It's fucking brilliant.
It's truly ahead of its time.
And this stupidly fucking over melodramatic period where Gabriella is so upset with Troy and leaves the fucking resort, and they're both singing and crying at each other.
It's basically the fucking SpongeBob Mr. Krabs song, Greasy Spoon.
And that leads to fucking Troy having his character crisis where he sings on the golf field and he's like, bet on it, bet on it,
bet on it, yeah.
And then the only song I get from a third movie is Scream, which is just a bop in itself because it's like a power ballad. It's like a rock ballad about Troy having this crisis about whether he wants to be a star basketball player or whether he wants to perform at fucking, what's the school? Oh, what's the school? What's the school of, like, the performing arts?
Juilliard?
Juilliard, yes, because he gets offered a scholarship.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he gets offered a scholarship at Juilliard, and he's like, I don't know what I want to do. And he sings about it.
Do they have basketball at Juilliard?
The thing is, he just does both anyway, so it's fine. It was as if it was just a normal solution that you could have just done. It didn't have any. You don't have to sing about it.
It's so funny to me that every movie has the same solution and the same crisis.
But then there's no closure to that. There's no, like, what happened next.
Didn't they...
It's just the story literally ends with the third movie. There's nothing afterward. In a way, you gotta respect it. Because they could have ruined it with something else, like, 10 years after the fact. But they just decided to keep it in its own little universal bubble, where it's just in that the movies were made, nothing else after that.
Oh, no, I'm confusing. See, I thought a High School Musical 4, like, set 10 years later did happen, but apparently it's a rumor that the cast is trying to get done.
I don't think it'll get done at this point. Or if they do it, it'll be like the Friends reunion, where they just get them all in the set to just talk about what happened. There's no, like, real episode or, like, continuation of the story. It's just them together for the first time.
Yeah, it's a weird... That series was so... It took over the fucking world for people our age at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was a huge hit.
Powerful. And the memes, of course.
Oh, dude, it doesn't stop.
T as in Troy? No. T as in trans rights, Gabriella. Get it right.
Oh, man. Well, better late than never. Welcome to the party.
I mean, yeah, they're all fun. I'm only gonna watch the first two again. Like, I'll watch the scene from the third one that I liked, but I'm not too bothered with it.
I don't think I ever saw the third one. I gotta see that at some point.
Oh, we should watch it together. And then you'll regret the decision.
True, probably.
But yeah, that's the High School Musical saga.
I watched Breaking Bad.
Oh my god, Breaking Bad.
Very different experience.
Jesse, we gotta cook.
What the hell is wrong with you? Why are you
I am
blue?
the one who knocks.
Have you heard that audio going around?
I've been seeing so many fucking Breaking Bad memes that I feel like I know the show.
My favorite one that I've seen recently is it's the screenshot of when he's, you know, that screenshot of him like, oh, you're goddamn right, that one.
Yeah.
But they replace the subtitles with, it's Breaking Bad in time.
I love it when Heisenberg broke bad over everybody.
You know what's funny? Like, episode 2, they use that as a line.
What, broke bad over everybody?
Well, not quite like that, but it was like him and Jesse are talking like they're just starting
Jesse,
to,
we
like,
gotta break bad.
they're just starting to, like, iron out the details of their partnership. And Jesse's like, yeah, yo, hold up, Mr. White Bitch. Hey, yo, why'd you suddenly decide to break bad?
Why are we the Breaking Bad we made along the way?
And I remember seeing that, like, damn, they really did the joke, huh?
I mean, yeah, you gotta knock it out of the park early.
I guess so, huh?
Otherwise, he's just dying on the floor like, the true friends were the break bad along Earth.
The true friends were the bad we broke along the way.
Yeah.
But, in all honesty, like...
You saw all of it then?
Yep, I've watched the whole series.
All 5 seasons?
Yep. It's fucking really good.
How long did that take you?
I don't know, like 2 months? Because I'm slow when it comes to watching stuff. Like, I don't binge.
2 months. Okay.
I don't binge watch. I can't. I don't have the attention span for it.
But it took you 2 months to finish Breaking Bad.
Oh, you're gonna fucking rip into me for something. I'm just sure of it.
When are you gonna finish Twin Peaks?
I know. No, listen, that's not as easy to fucking find. Breaking Bad's on Netflix. All of it. In one place.
I mean, to be fair, it only took you 3 years to finish the first 2 seasons.
You got me there.
Yeah. What's another 25?
I just need to find a reliable way to watch the
fucking
third season.
mail you the Blu-rays, you coward.
Because now I've seen the movie. I got that out of the way.
Yeah, you saw the movie, you saw the missing pieces. You're perfectly staged set.
And now I will be still just as confused watching the third season.
Let me just watch all of Breaking Bad, all of Better Call Saul, watch the movie, El Camino.
I have started Better Call Saul.
Yeah, I know you have. You fuck. Tell me about it.
And I did watch El Camino.
You gotta call them. No, I can't. They know my voice.
Why are you blue?
I haven't seen that one.
Oh man, it's a great audio going around. No, but like, of course, it's a good show. Everybody knows it's a good show, but like,
Yeah, I saw the first episode and then I just didn't continue.
I think you'd hate it.
You think I would hate it?
It's
See, I was considering like starting it because all of the memes are so
Well,
strong right now.
you know.
But now that
I
you
don't
said
know.
that,
Well, I don't know. What is your threshold? What is the tipping point of like, no, I hate this? Because like you have a certain threshold when it comes to violence. You have a certain threshold when it comes to like just certain things. So like, what is that threshold?
is there a dead dog?
No.
Okay, I might be interested still. Is there any incest?
No.
Okay, might be interested still. Because that's what took me off House of Cards and Game of Thrones. So, already, we're eliminating the ones that I know have burned me before.
Right.
What's like
Nobody-
what's like the worst thing in it? What's like the lowest point where you're like, I feel horrible looking at this?
I mean,
We can talk spoilers. It
Well, I'm
finished like
just trying to-
5 years ago. Like, we can talk spoilers, it's fine.
yeah, it's just like I'm trying to think of.
I know beat for beat, like, what happens in the story. I know he, like, poisons a child at some point to, like, get Jesse to kill a guy. I know that happens. I know he lets his girlfriend die by choking on her vomit. I know that happens.
How do you feel about watching a character that you enjoy slowly but surely just fall deeper and deeper into a horrible situation with no fucking resolution in sight until literally the last 5 minutes of the show?
Is that Jesse?
Potentially.
Because I know Walter is just a villain by the end of it.
Yeah, so it's a
Like, he
great.
tries to make out he was doing it for his whole family, but really he was just doing it for himself. Because he was like, fucking, he felt slighted by life and how God hath blighted him, you know?
Essentially.
Which I think is, you know, really cool, really clever character arc, except people don't understand it and they think he's a hero for the whole thing.
Oh, that's the worst. I can't
How do you
understand that.
defend,
at
like,
all.
poisoning a child? Like, I don't, that's fucked, dude.
Yeah, that's the point where it's like, okay, he was like a dark character before this, but then now he's just a villain.
It just pushes him further into villainy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll give it a go. If I don't like it, then I'll just stop. Like, I don't... I'm not
And the
afraid
supporting-
to cut ties with stuff, you know?
The supporting cast is fucking incredible. There's one of the villains, Gus, amazing villain.
Yeah, he's played by the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito,
Okay.
who was in Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee and looks like an entirely different human being.
They also have the guy from Hawkeye in it as well.
The guy from Hawkeye. Which guy from Hawkeye?
Jack. The swordsman. The stepdad.
He's in Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Who the fuck does he play in Breaking Bad?
The guy with the
remember-
mustache.
I don't remember his face.
Look, you should Google his face, and then you might know.
No, I remember what he looks like in Hawkeye, but I can't think of seeing him.
It might be
in
Better Call Saul that he's in, but I know he's in the fucking universe.
Tony Dalton. If he's in Better Call Saul, then it's very possible. I just haven't seen him yet because I literally just started that show.
Right.
Yeah, okay, he's in Better Call Saul. Was he in Breaking Bad? It doesn't look like it. Okay, alright, that explains it. Alright.
Okay, well, he's in that.
Saul Goodman, though, amazing character. I totally see why he gets a spin-off.
He's the lawyer man.
Like, fucking great. There's another character, Mike, who's just a cool old badass guy.
Oh, yeah, that guy, yeah.
He's fucking great. It's definitely an amazing show, and I'm glad I watched it. And I'm surprised I didn't have more spoiled for me before watching it, considering how long it's been out.
That's just how it is. You roll in certain circles. Like, spoilers are really rampant for other shows. It's just how it is.
Yeah. I do remember, I have a vivid memory of this. This was back when I was, like, way into wrestling, to the point where on Twitter, I followed that parody account, WWE Creative.
Oh, yeah. We've all followed that at some point.
And this was when Breaking Bad was still on the air. I remember the reason I unfollowed them was because they tweeted about the ending of the series.
You gotta get those clicks, man. You gotta get viewer engagement. You gotta really hop on the trends.
It was something, I remember the tweet too. It was something along the lines of like, at this point, the next episode of Raw is just gonna be a pan-up shot of Vince dying on the floor while Triple H is yelling "bitch."
That's funny, though.
Like, it was, but like looking back on it, it's funny. But at the time, I remember.
How could they do this to me?
How could they
do this to
spoil
all of the fans?
How could they spoil that the show about a man with cancer died?
But wasn't that bullshit though? Wasn't he like misdiagnosed?
No, he definitely had cancer.
I thought that was like a plot point where it was oh, sorry, mistake.
No.
Oh, okay. I must have misread that then.
No, yeah, that definitely is like real.
But, he dies, and I'm sad.
Yeah, spoiler, the show where the main character's diagnosed with cancer in the first episode. Yeah, he does eventually die.
Well, to be fair, he doesn't die of cancer, does he?
Well, that I'm not saying.
He gets shot up, doesn't he?
Well, alright.
Like I say, it's been out for so long, we're allowed to spoil it.
Yeah, sure.
Besides, like, spoilers shouldn't, like, if you know what happens, and you're not going to watch it because of that, maybe you weren't really meant to watch stuff. You know?
What?
No, what I'm saying is, like, not if it's currently airing. Obviously, I get if you're watching something now and then you get spoiled on something and you didn't want to be spoiled. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking Breaking Bad finished so long ago. And if you haven't seen it by now, you can't really be mad about being spoiled on it. You've had all of this time.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I'm one of those.
Just don't be mad about it because you took forever to watch it and you accidentally got spoiled. That's no one else's fault but yours.
This feels targeted.
I'm not saying it's about you at all. I'm just saying I know that there's people out there who get mad about it. It's like, well, fuck off. What's the statute of limitations here?
That is a good point. You know what else is a good point?
What's that?
Ad breaks. This is a good point to have one.
could have had something there.
There could have maybe been like a good transition there. And
you know what's good?
I
Advertisements.
I
Jesse,
feel like
we gotta advertise our Breaking Bad.
Sorry!
Yeah, that was a pretty bad one. But anyway, getting back to the conversation. I think it's just more a me thing. Like, I know I don't like being spoiled on things, and I'm aware of like what you're talking about. Of like, okay, it's been a certain amount of time. I just have to be careful.
What do you mean he sees dead people? How could you ruin this for me? A movie came out when I was 4.
Right. But
couldn't
what
have possibly seen it by now.
What I am starting to come to terms with and figure out is like, okay, I've been spoiled. So what? Like
that too. Like if your entire experience about something is ruined by knowing what happens, I don't know.
If all of the
you can still enjoy it.
If 100% of the enjoyment hinges on it being a surprise, then it maybe isn't actually that good.
Yeah, maybe it's not a good... hey, hello, David Cage. How are you doing today? Oh, what's that? You can only play your games once, and they only make sense once, and even then barely, because any repeated viewings just destroy the entire plot, because you're a fucking hack, David? Sorry, I came out of nowhere. I'm just saying. That's probably a good instance of that.
Like...
What do you mean he graduates high school and also does basketball and sings? I couldn't have possibly known that from looking at it.
Yeah, because like I've had recent experiences where like I was spoiled on something and then I watched the thing. I was like, man, it's a shame I already know what happens, and then I still enjoyed the shit out of it because it's
you
good.
Can still enjoy a twist despite knowing what happens.
Right, and even then, sometimes you get spoiled on the bullet point, but there's details you don't know about that actually still are like a surprise.
It's about having a lived experience.
Sure.
We're all creatures of habit, Mr. Anderson.
You can whittle it down to the bare knob of its meaning.
Yeah, that's really old now. we need more memes.
We don't make that joke anymore.
We don't. We need more.
That joke's out.
You know what's in?
What's in?
Fucking Camp Rock, bro.
Tell me about Camp Rock. So before you get into it, Camp Rock is another, similar to High School Musical. I watched it on Disney Channel. once. I never saw it again. And then the second one came out, I've never even sniffed it.
You're gonna regret that. Do rankings of it. First one, this is the biggest pile of dog shit.
Really?
Second one, the second one is fucking good, bro.
Is it actually?
The first one is not good at all. It's honestly like it's like the third High School Musical, but they don't even have production values.
Yeah, because that was definitely
they
a Disney
retried
Channel.
to make it again. They tried to do High School Musical again, but they didn't know what was good, so they made a bad movie.
Oh yeah, it did come after High School Musical.
Yeah, it did. So it's got Demi Lovato, it's got the Jonases in there.
I was just gonna ask who was the actress, because I was for some reason in my head I had Vanessa Hudgens, but I was like, that's not right.
No, Vanessa Hudgens was High School Musical.
That's right, yeah, that's why she was in my head, and then I'm like, who the fuck is it? And you're like, Demi Lovato. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Demi Lovato, and then technically all three Jonases are in the first one, but it's mostly about, oh god, which one is it? Oh, I hate
Kevin?
this. No, it's not Kevin.
Joe.
No?
Nick?
Maybe. Not, oh, fuck me. I hate, but I can't tell them apart. It's so bad.
But
Joe
Kevin,
Jonas.
what about Kevin?
No, it's Joe Jonas, who's,
JoJo.
he's the main Jonas.
JoJo's
in
Bizarre
these
Summer
movies.
Camp.
Right. Oh, he is a JoJo, isn't he?
He is a JoJo.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Carmine. Why did you have to say that?
Did it make it better or worse?
Oh, it doesn't help, honestly. It doesn't change that the movie is still not good.
Oh, now it's just bad with a JoJo in it.
Right. I mean, the songs are okay. I think. I honestly can't remember any of them.
I don't know a single Camp Rock song.
I know one from the second one, which I'm like hyper fixated on now. But
Okay.
no, they have the big song in the movie where it's like it's a duet with the characters.
Oh yeah, I don't even know their...
Demi Lovato plays Mitchie.
Mitchie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the Jonas Brothers play a band
Called the Jonas Brothers.
Connect Free.
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?
Yeah. So Camp Rock is a place.
That's so good.
It's a magical place where you get sent if you want to be like a musician.
It's like for anyone who read the Percy Jackson books.
I didn't. I have no clue.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Camp Rock is a place where you send if you want to be a musician of any description. You have people who like to rap, you have people who like to drum, you have people who like to produce, sing, like all walks of life.
People who like to just clap
And
their hands a
Camp
little
Rock.
bit.
So you've got the Jonas. We'll call him the Jonas at this point because like the other two are in the movie, but they're not like central characters.
Okay.
One of them wants a birdhouse. He wants the Jonas to make him a birdhouse because he thinks that's what he thinks Camp Rock is.
What?
Funny joke. So the Jonas is there as a punishment for he's like a bad boy, you know? He's like a rebel. He's like, oh, he doesn't want to do press junkets. He's rebelling against the studio because the sound that he's making isn't what he wants to sing, you know?
I do kind of remember that vibe.
So he's there like purely like against his will.
Uh-huh.
Because his uncle is the head instructor of the camp. So that's how he's there.
I don't want to be in this stupid camp.
I don't want to be here. I want to sing how I want to sing. And spoilers, he sings like a Jonas brother. I'm sorry, it's not really.
If I could remember
It's exactly
a single...
like. I mean, you don't even have to know. Like, if you look at the Jonas Brothers, you know that vibe. That's just how they sing.
Like, the first thing that came to mind was that Big Time Rush song, and it's because I do not know a single Jonas Brothers song.
I mean, it's
Didn't they do
similar.
a cover of The Year 3000?
Yes, they did.
Okay, I know that one then.
But anyway. Yeah, first movie's kind of mid. Like, the songs are forgettable. The characters are one-dimensional at best.
Two-dimensional at worst.
Right, yeah. And, yeah, it's just, I don't know. And the main antagonist is just a complete irredeemable bitch, like, for no real reason at all.
Oh, like yeah. Okay.
Like, there's no real comeuppance with that either. It's just, there's not even an apology at the end. It's just like, awkward.
I've been bested.
Yeah. And that's what it is. So, yeah. The first one was kind of okay, and I was like, you know what? Maybe the second one might be worse. But it might go so, like, full tilt into being the worst. It might be enjoyable.
Right, because that's the
Turns
assumption
out,
with any Disney sequel.
Yeah, you think, I should have learned from High School Musical. But I didn't. Because the second one, Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam.
Oh my god.
Is so good.
I can't believe you're saying it's good.
It's good, bro. Like, all three Jonases are in it as characters, and they each have their own little character arcs. And, like, the main character, Mitchie, has her own character arc. And it's really good because there's this new camp called Camp Star.
Full of bad kids.
No, it's just full of kids who, like, want to be musicians, but the only difference is that they have, like, all the high-tech fucking, like, studio equipment and, like, trainers there who are, like, actual industry people.
I see.
It's made with money, basically.
Yes.
And the head of that camp is a former bandmate of the head of Camp Rock. So there's animosity there.
Ah.
And I'm sure you've seen the meme where it's them marching, singing, Camp Rock! Camp Rock!
Oh!
Camp Rock!
Yeah. I thought that was from the first one.
It's from the second one.
Wow.
That was the worst part of the first movie, is that scene never came, and I was like, I feel robbed. I feel betrayed.
Like you just spent the whole movie waiting for it.
Yeah, and I was hoping it would be like, oh, maybe it's an end credit scene. No, it fucking wasn't. It's just in the second movie. That is Demi Lovato's character marching into Camp Star to initiate a camp war.
Oh my god.
And it turns into this contest between the two camps that's going to be put on national television and the internet, and people vote about which camp is the better camp.
What?
And so you've got the three Jonases trying to train all of the kids to beat Camp Star. It's just really good.
Wow.
It's just so good. And one of the Jonases, I think it's Kevin, he does the best song in the whole movie. Yeah? This is good shit, right? So he has his own little subplot about this beautiful girl who is in Camp Star, but is, like, friendly towards Camp Rock. Because it goes tribal at points, but she's always, like, nice to them. So then she has a big crush on Kevin Jonas, and Kevin Jonas doesn't know how to talk to women.
Hello?
So he's saying, like, he's giving off, like, nothing. He's, like, not really talking much. He's not really saying anything about himself. She's giving, like, full essays and exposition about what she likes and who she is.
Uh-huh.
But Kevin Jonas gives fucking nothing. Until she gets mad and is like, why am I bothering? Who are you? I don't know you. You don't put in any effort. And then Kevin's like, no, I really want to. I just can't talk to girls. I'm Kevin Jonas.
I'm just nervous.
Yeah. So then he gets a bright idea of going to Camp Star. He, like, sneaks in and he sings about himself to the girl. Like, just major, like, rattling off, like, personality traits of this really cute acoustic song.
I don't
It's
like
the best
tomatoes.
song in the whole movie. Yeah. I think that is a lyric. He says something about tomatoes. He says something about pizza as well.
I was memeing on this movie before, but I'm actually kind of interested now.
You really should watch it. I'm just saying, bro.
Why did that
watch
actually
the first
sell
one
me?
so that you can get, like, a setup of the second one, and then the second one will just blow you away with how actually enjoyable it is.
I guess so, huh?
It's a ringing endorsement from me, of all people. I should have said this at the top. I fucking hate musicals.
Yeah, you despise them.
I hate them. They make no fucking sense. All the
And
songs
yet-
are shit. All the people in it are shit.
And yet you like
and
Disney
yet-
movies. You've now liked High School Musical and Camp Rock.
There's
What's the
something
difference?
different. Okay, don't get me wrong. There are bits in I think it is specifically Camp Rock 2, where it's like, why are you singing? Why are you all doing a shared choreography? Why do you know all the words? I don't enjoy what's happening here.
Uh-huh.
But that's like maybe 1 or 2 instances. So I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm a walking anomaly. I'm a hypocrite, I'm a liar, and I'm a sham.
I'm
But
a
I will
bitch,
maintain
I'm a
that,
lover.
like, actual stage musicals, like Rent or fucking Rocky Horror, I hate with a passion still. So
Rent is just stupid, and Rocky Horror. Listen, I get people love it. It makes no sense. I don't understand. I've watched it. I don't understand what happened in it.
it's garbage.
Wow.
It's garbage. I don't care. I don't fucking care. You can come at me all you want. It's fucking shit, and I don't care.
Like, I remember so vividly seeing the ending of the movie and being like, I have no idea what just fucking happened.
They never used the phone. It's bullshit.
If I don't get my fucking phone call, this movie's a piece of shit.
But yeah, that's the cinematic odyssey adventure that I've been on.
That's I
Basically, too long didn't read. Watch High School Musical 1, 2, and then watch Camp Rock 2.
the unofficial third movie to the High School Musical franchise.
Next on the list is Jump In.
You're gonna watch Jump In?
Ellie really wants to watch it.
Why?
Because they like it. Or let me put it this way. They liked it as a kid, and they want to see if they still like it. And they're also scared that it may not be as good as they remember, and now that you're acting like you are, I think they might be right.
Well, no. I don't...
What's this attitude you're bringing to the table?
It's just because that's not even a movie people talk about. Like, I've never seen it. I don't know if it's good or not. I just... Like, people talk about High School Musical. People, for some reason, still talk about Camp Rock. I guess this is why. But nobody talks about Jump In.
Ellie loves it. Or loved it as a kid. It's got Corbin Bleu in it, dude.
It does have Corbin Bleu in it. That was... I remember this weird moment in time where, like, Corbin Bleu was, like, all over the place.
And now, not really.
He's just disappeared.
But he's in High School Musical, the series.
Well, yes, of course.
As himself.
the peak of acting.
So weird, still. But, yeah, that's what that is.
Wow.
And I'm excited to continue the Odyssey. We'll eventually wind up at Teen Beach, I'm pretty sure.
What the hell is Teen Beach?
Well, you see, Carmine. It's a Disney Channel original movie.
Where a bunch of teens
wherein
go
a
to
bunch
the
of
beach.
teenagers congregate at a mass of sand and water, colloquially known as a beach.
Wow. Never
Are
would have
these
seen
jokes
that coming.
funny, or no?
No, I've never heard of that one. Wow. All right.
There's 2 of them, and they're on Disney Plus.
Of
So
course, there's 2 of them. I feel like
we're
Disney.
watching.
I feel like Disney Channel movies, like at minimum, had to have 2 entries.
Well, there's over 100 of them. How many of them are sequels, I wonder?
Probably a lot.
But yeah, we'll figure out the answer to that question as I continue the journey.
Stay tuned for these Disney Channel original movie marathon that Brooks is enduring.
Enduring? I'm enjoying it, mate. I don't know.
I'm
It's
thriving.
actually, like, enjoyable.
Well, then that's amazing. I'm happy for you. I didn't expect
I
you were
feel
gonna
like
like
we're
any
enjoying a
of these.
lot of things between us lately.
I mean, like I said, I enjoyed the shit out of Breaking Bad. I like Better Call Saul so far. I've also been put on... have you ever been a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Can't say I have, but then again, you're asking that to like the wrong person geographically, because there's a lot of controversy about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the UK specifically.
Wait, whoa, I don't know about any of this. What do you mean?
Well, when it first aired in like the 80s, I want to say,
Yeah.
there was a sling of controversies about the show itself. So much so that it was like edited and rebranded into Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles in this country.
Why?
Because they used weaponry and it was considered too violent for kids to watch.
But they didn't even, like, violently use those weapons.
You know who you can blame for that? The Tories.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The stupid fucking Thatcher-led government just didn't fucking know how to handle anything. This was at, like, peak, like, video nasty sort of time, where it was, like, VHSs didn't have ratings on them. So you could watch Evil Dead when you were 5 and it would technically be legal.
Well, it's not illegal, but
it was a crazy time for a crazy place, and so what we got as kids was essentially like a watered down version.
Huh.
So I've never really been into it, but I get the gist. It's funny, like it's fun-loving turtles going off on adventures with kung fu weaponry. Live in the sewers, eat pizza. There's a rat, Shredder, Casey Jones, April O'Neil.
Yeah.
I was always 90s edition that I liked.
There's been
Ninja Turtles.
There's been so many iterations of the Turtles. It's insane, and everyone has a slightly different take on it.
I'm horrified by the live action ones.
The Michael Bay one.
No.
Oh, the
from
90s,
like, the 90s
live action ones.
Fucking awful looking things. And they were in an episode of Power Rangers, and I hated it.
Oh my god, you're right.
One of the In Space episodes has the fucking turtles in it, and they're like, whoa, yay, cowabunga, dude, you're the Power Rangers. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? It looks fucking horrible. What is that?
Do you like watching my face kind of attempt to move when I speak?
Oh, dude, it's so Uncanny Valley and horrible.
It is pretty weird.
So I'm not really into the turtles. I'm sorry.
So this probably won't be for you, what I'm about to say, but there is a more recent iteration of the Turtles. They've done another cartoon, which personally, when I heard it get announced, I was burnt out by all the fucking turtle versions that have come out, and because a lot of the last few attempts I didn't enjoy. And so I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'm kind of done with the Turtles. But now I've been hearing that this new one was pretty good. It's called Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And now the first season's on Netflix, as well as a movie that they did. And so I've been checking those out periodically. And I gotta say, it's different. It's definitely different. Because this show is trying to be like, oh, these are the turtles like when they're young and just starting out and they don't really know what they're doing and they're kind of bad at it. But I kind of love it. Like, it's kind of great. Because I feel like it gets the characterization of the turtles right.
Oh, really? Do they actually have characters?
Yeah, I mean, so...
Oh, well, there's a smart one, there's an emo one,
that's the thing, right?
The other like, two.
that's exactly the thing. Here's what most iterations of the Turtles do. Donnie speaks techno babble, and everybody's like, in English, please. Raphael's the angry one that broods in the corner. Leo is the meditating leader that doesn't do anything interesting. And then Mikey's the one that says, cowabunga pizza, bro. Like,
I thought they all said that.
But that's the thing. Most iterations of the Turtles boil down to those 4 fucking archetypes. And it sucks. And then you get this one where they switch it up. Raphael's the leader. So immediately he has to be less angry. And he's way more interesting. And since Leo's not the leader in this one, he gets to have a fucking character. And they're all teenagers. And not like, yo, cowabunga, 90s bullshit. They're legitimately, they just act like fucking teenage brothers, and it's great. So, I mean, it's not something I would recommend to someone who's never been a Turtles fan. But
yeah, I feel like I would just miss out on a lot of like the subtext and the comparisons to like how bad it used to be. So
I don't think there's a ton of like subtext and like meta humor, but it's more appreciated if you've been kind of longing for a fresh take on the Turtles, and if you don't care about them, then it's just sort of another show.
Well, they're not turtles.
What?
They're more tortoises than turtles.
Oh, sure, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Why were they ever... Is it because they live in the sewers? Is that why they're turtles?
I guess.
I guess also because Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoise. No, having a singular one, like the littlest hobo, where he's just like a wandering like Ronin warrior, and he's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoise. That'd be good. I feel like we're onto something with that.
Yeah, no, because I always forget that turtles are technically more aquatic. So you're right.
Tortoise go on land, turtles go in sea.
But still, for anyone who has been a turtle fan and has been sort of like not jaded because that sounds too dramatic, but like just
I've been burnt out by the turtles before. I don't know if I can trust them again.
I've been scorned by this franchise. No.
Will they ever get Donatello right?
You know what's great about this particular version is that like Donatello is very clearly like autism coded.
Oh, really?
And I kind of love it.
Does he have like mute episodes and like
no, but there's like
things?
There was one line where it just stood out to me so hard where like they're chasing after, because like I said, these are like rookie TMNT turtles. So
yeah, they haven't graduated ninja school yet.
They're like trying to chase after low level thieves that have been hitting like paper stores. And so they set up like a fake paper store with like salami paper because they have nothing else. And I think Raphael says something like, well, we can always trick them with all this fake paper. It's like, well, we have salami. Salami's round. Paper's not round. Like, he just says it exactly like that. And I'm like, wow. Yeah. No.
Representation. I feel seen.
No, but it's actually good. And just, the whole thing just feels fresh and different. And I enjoy it. It's a fun new Turtles thing. So if that's something you've been looking for, it's on Netflix
new Turtle Ninja thing.
And from my understanding of it, the show got essentially a season and a half. The second season got cut short and the show got canceled. But if it performs well on Netflix, along with the movie that they put up there, they might do a continuation and finish it off with a third season. So that's something.
The power is in your hands.
Yeah, by all means, go support it if that's your thing.
Support turtles.
The only other thing I can think of right now that is new between last recording and this one, I have been sucked back into professional wrestling.
Oh, God, no! What's going on? We made this show to not talk about wrestling. Why are we doing it now?
It's not going to be a reoccurring subject of conversation on this podcast, but it's worth mentioning.
We're gonna condense it into one fucking episode, and we'll have our friend Andy on, and that will be it. We'll never talk about it again.
Yeah, this is not going to become a wrestling podcast where every week it's like, did you see what happened on Raw? Like, no. But since we're talking about...
The Miz got kidnapped again?
But since we're talking about what's new between this episode and last, it's worth mentioning. I've been Sparta kicked back down the hole of professional wrestling, and
by a man named Hunter.
I don't even know how it happened, really.
I can explain it in a succinct summary.
You go ahead.
And this will tie into something else I wanted to talk about anyway. Because we know, you know, I know, we are wrestling fans. Like bread and butter, that's how we got to know each other. That's what we've been on and off for like 10 years now.
Yeah, pretty much.
For the longest time, the WWE has been run by a man named Vince McMahon.
Yup.
Vince McMahon is a piece of shit human garbage.
Yup.
Everyone thought he's gonna run this until he dies.
Yup.
And we've been saying that for the last 20 years.
Because he's been saying that.
It's not gonna happen anytime soon. But then, in comes a new challenger. Tax fraud. Vince McMahon has to retire.
Yeah.
And he's relieved of all of his duties. Something which he's been doing since 1980.
Yeah, wasn't it like, yeah.
Yeah, literally 1980 until 2022. That's how long he's been doing this for.
He's been doing that shit for 42 years. And here's the crazy part, because when he first started doing it, he was pretty good at it. Like he had a vision to expand the company, and whether you agree with his methods or not, it worked. And
I mean, come on, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold, The Attitude Era, John Cena. It's all him.
He created and marketed so many iconic characters and made a product that was consistently entertaining to watch. And then I can't pinpoint exactly when it happened, but at some point he just stopped being good at it.
I'll be so bold as to say, like, the latter half of the 2000s.
That's probably accurate, yeah.
That's like a noticeable decline of like mainstream popularity anyway.
I think what happened, I think the most rational explanation I can come up with is because in the 90s, during what everybody calls the Attitude Era, late 90s, WWE was in competition with another program, WCW, and it was a ratings battle, and whoever lost was going to go out of business. So they had to be as entertaining as they could possibly be to win and stay alive. So it was forced quality. Then when WCW lost and WWE had no more competition, and now WWE starts marketing to family entertainment and to appeal to the widest possible audience, now it became a marketing game instead of what is the best wrestling product we can put out. Instead, now it is how can we get the most people to generically enjoy this. And
it also like pertains to public want for wrestling. Like in the 90s, all-time high. 80s, all-time high. Anything beyond that, like 2000s, it fell the fuck off. And now, nobody gives a fucking shit about any sort of wrestling that's going on right now.
Yeah, unless you're already a wrestling fan, you don't care.
Yeah, and that's how it has been. But now, a fucking paradigm shift has occurred. Because the guy who's been running it for literally all of our lives is now gone.
Yeah.
He has been replaced by a man by the name, we'll call him Triple H.
His son-in-law.
Famous wrestler. You'll know him if you know him. If not, big player in the 90s, big player in the 2000s as well. Like, he married into the family by marrying Vince's daughter, Stephanie.
Yes.
And so now he basically has taken over a lot of what Vince was doing. Mm-hmm. So he runs a majority of what WWE is doing now. Raw, SmackDown, show called NXT. He's been putting his friends into positions there. So it's all changing, and it's all good.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. I never thought I would ever enjoy wrestling unironically ever again.
Or at least not WWE.
Like, I thought I would be doomed to fucking hate it for the rest of my life.
And so, speaking back to, like, my perspective personally, I got into wrestling in, like, 2011, which was not even a really good time to get into it. But
one of the worst years, actually.
But the CM Punk stuff happened that year. There was things, and I was hooked. And I stayed hooked for, like, 5 straight years. I was super, super into it. And then just slowly but surely, like around 2016, 2017, it just kept grading and grading and grading. And eventually I was like, you know what? I'm not interested anymore. And I really fell off. I stopped paying attention to almost all things wrestling. Even the other promotions that I liked, like New Japan, I just lost my itch to pay attention. And so like Brooks would tell me things and I would stay up to date kind of vaguely. But I wasn't watching any of it. And a couple of things happened in like the last 2 weeks. This is really when it happened for me. One, this Triple H taking over and making the product better, and I've been hearing about it, and I've seen clips, and I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of interesting. Oh, look at that. Oh, that character's interesting again. That's cool. But it wasn't making me put my eyes to the program again. Then, you people listening to this show, I don't know how many of the fans overlap, but Brooks mainly runs another show we do called The Supla, which is wrestling news and other general wrestling-related episode topics. Like recently, him and our friend Andy did an episode where they ranked a bunch of wrestler entrance theme songs. And for some reason, that episode, like a hook, went into my brain. And I just got like so into the idea that I started giving you guys ideas for future episodes to do the same thing. Like, oh, you should do one about like classic theme songs from like the Hulk Hogan era. You should do one about tag teams. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to put together a playlist of tag team theme songs for them because I want to make sure they hit certain points. And I'm also going to write up my opinions on these songs. And slowly but surely, I didn't even notice it happening. I was getting sucked back into the idea. And when the playlist was finished and I wrote up everything, I was like, fuck. I got the itch again. I got the itch
back.
again.
I'm back!
And it was on like a Thursday.
Like Tobey Maguire coming through into the living room. You're back now.
It was on like a Thursday when I realized I have the fucking itch again. And so the next day's Friday, SmackDown's on TV. I was like, fuck it. I'll watch SmackDown. And I really enjoyed it.
It's good now, bro.
And I was like, maybe that was a fluke. I was like, maybe that was a fluke. Let me watch Raw on Monday. It was really good.
And now you got a pay-per-view this weekend. Clash of the Castle. Hey, yo, it's in Wales. What the fuck?
Yeah, like, big storylines are happening. And, like, I'm actually invested. And I don't know how it happened.
I'm not even going to question how. I'm just going to be thankful that it is.
And now I'm like, every time a show is on and I'm watching, I'm just like bombarding Brooks with texts because like I've missed so much context.
Who the fuck is this? Why is this happening? What happened to him? Where's he gone?
Like I missed so much context that like sometimes a thing is happening. I'm like, wait, what? Why is that character doing that? Since when are they a good guy? What? What? Like, I've missed so many things, but I'm still enjoying the shit out of it, and I don't know why.
I mean, it's a personality flaw to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, it's a fucking detraction on an otherwise upstanding human being. And I've always felt this way. But there's just something about it. There's fucking something, like... I guess it's like people who play Genshin and, like, League of Legends and shit. Like, you don't know why you enjoy it.
It's like an addiction.
You fucking enjoy it.
It's an addiction.
And when it's good, it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, when it's bad, it's the worst thing in the world.
That's what it was. Like, putting together that playlist, I was getting nostalgic about some of these characters. And like, oh, I remember when they did that. That was cool. When wrestling's good, it's really good. And I was like, oh, but it's been so bad lately. And then I remembered, wait a minute. It's getting better right now. Shit.
We're in a new era, baby. Hop in. Bus is at your road. Hop in. Get on.
I imagine it's like if you're trying to get over like an addiction to something like more serious, and it's like, oh, but you know what? The reason I can get away from it is because it actually sucks to do it now. Like it's not fun anymore. But then somebody's like, hey, they made it fun again, and it's like, fuck.
Hey, people have first names again. But yeah, we'll save all of this, I think, for... I want to do a dedicated episode now that you're fully back into it.
Yeah,
I want to do an episode with our friend Andy, who also does the Supla with me.
Yes.
So, I mean, you never left the Supla. You're still in it.
Like, yeah, of course. I just wasn't paying attention to the wrestling products, so like I wasn't really able to contribute.
The main show that we do every week is about wrestling news and headlines, so, you know, it's something that you'd have to pay attention to if you want to.
Exactly.
So I'm glad that you're back into the fold now, and we'll do a dedicated wrestling episode with our friend Andy. But
at some point,
it brings me into what I've been doing.
Yes,
I've made it a life mission now, a swan song almost, before I keel over and stop existing.
Mm-hmm.
The Supla.
Yes.
The Supla.
Oh, this. Yes. Okay.
The Supla. I have decided to take this channel that has existed for the better part of 12 years.
Yeah.
I want to do a documentary.
Now, we almost certainly do not have anybody listening to this podcast episode right now that knows this information. But way back, what year was that?
2012.
Liam and Andy, the people who started the channel and are still our friends and still do it, they made a documentary about the channel and its first, I guess, 2 years. And
well, truth be told, the first show dates back in 2008.
Okay, so 4 years.
It's just, you know, content being what it is. It disappears, it vanishes, it goes places, especially in that time period. So the earliest that you can trace it back as being on YouTube is around like the end of 2010. So
Right. But they made a documentary and they sat down and like were in front of cameras and like it was a thing. And I remember watching it and it was entertaining. But that was in 2012. It's been 10 years. And so
this channel, this fucking channel,
has
and the people involved with it,
it's gone through a lot.
I decided, you know what? I'm gonna pick up where that left off.
And that's a
That
lot
was my
to
first
cover.
mistake.
That's a lot to cover.
10 years of content. Basically spread over multiple channels.
Multiple new people being included.
Multiple people, multiple shows, multiple dramas.
Yeah.
My life has been dedicated to cleaning up the fucking channel. Because
Yeah.
for the longest time, it's just been left to fucking, like, collect dust. I see it as like a trophy cabinet, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you've got all of these special videos, special moments, like documentation of the friendship over the last decade. It's there, but it's gathering dust. So I've taken it upon myself to clean this fucking cabinet. And it's taken me the better part of 2 weeks.
Just the cleanup.
To clean up and, like, document, like, key events, get a timeline going, figure out which topics I want to, like, talk about, which ones are important, which ones are not.
And you've also been rewatching a ton of the old content, for better or for
I now
worse.
know, for lack of a better term, I now know how Gino Samuel feels.
Explain.
You know the Chris Chan Comprehensive History?
Yes, that is that guy's name. Yes, okay.
Gino Samuels makes that. This is how I fucking feel now. It's a massive undertaking.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Because I've been looking through all of these old things and I've been thinking, wow, how the fuck did this happen?
Yeah.
How did we get here? How did we get here to where we are now? And there's been high points. There's been low points. There's been creamy middles as well.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I've enjoyed looking back on the past 10 years and going on a trip down memory lane and figuring out why these things happened, where we were at the time as people, how it got to where we are today. It's been a long ride, and I'm gonna be spending a lot of time writing up my own thoughts, getting a loose fucking structure of how I want this documentary. I don't know what I want it to be. Do I want it to be, like, just comprehensive history? Or do I want it as, like, a swan song, a farewell to the whole thing, you know?
That's a good question.
It's something that I'll figure out.
I mean, it's
figure
not
it all
like
out
it's
in due
done.
time. No, but it's definitely not what it used to be.
No, but you can always attribute that to just natural progression anyway.
And we're fine with that. We're okay with that. But for now, I'm documenting. I'm making note of dates. I'm getting fucking timestamps. I'm carbon dating fucking everything. That I want to include in this. It's a long journey.
Don't expect
We'll
it
see
for
where it
quite
takes
a
me.
while.
No, it'll be like next year. For sure. But yeah, it's a process. And I'm learning, I'm rediscovering, I'm remembering. It's quite nice, actually.
Yeah, good nostalgia. Some bad nostalgia.
I mean, you've been inputting your thoughts and feelings on a couple of different parts.
Yeah, there's plenty to talk about.
And maybe one day the world will see it.
For better or for worse.
Exactly. But that's been my life. That's been what we've been doing. I feel like oh no, we forgot one most important thing.
What thing?
The tale of Kiryu Kazuma.
Oh, yeah.
And the Yakuza video game series.
That's right.
I am playing it all. Why do I do this to myself?
To quickly surmise, that
John
franchise,
Yakuza has a bad day.
that franchise is really good, and there's maybe a couple of bad games in it.
There's 8 games.
Jesus.
Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
All the way through to Yakuza Like a Dragon.
I'm not familiar with that one, really.
That's the most recent one.
Okay.
I don't own it. It's the only one that I don't own.
Why is it not just
We'll get
7?
to that. Yeah, a lot of different reasons, but
Okay.
Yakuza 1 and Yakuza 2 were remade into Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza Kiwami 2. Basically, they were PS2 titles, but then got re-updated into being PS4 titles.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I'll start with Kiwami. I'll start with the first one. That was my first mistake. Starting with number 1.
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you not know that you should start with 0?
I mean, to be
Whoa.
fair, 0 comes before 1.
I wanted to play it in fucking release order, though. And I don't own a copy of Yakuza 2, because it's fucking expensive now, because it's so rare.
When it comes to video games, I would definitely advise release order, because a lot of the time a prequel comes out so much later that it's got more advanced game mechanics. So if you start with that, then all of a sudden you go to the first one, and it's a way downgraded game.
Yakuza Kiwami is like a really nice chocolate biscuit.
Okay.
Kiwami 2 is like a beautiful Black Forest gateau.
Okay.
Yakuza 3 is like a brick.
Covered in shit.
Yeah. Because Yakuza 3 is on the PS3. And they've released remastered collections of Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 onto the PlayStation 4. That's how I'm able to play it.
Mm-hmm.
But did they rebuild the game from the ground up? No. Did they change anything about the game? No.
Should they have?
That's the problem. Yeah. It's real bad. Oh, it's real bad.
Now, I already know the answer to this, but why is it bad?
Okay, to go from Kiwami, which is like the remake of the first game, it has like the initial story. It's good. It's the starting point. Kiwami 2, so much more in depth, so much more of an upgrade, because it was made like 2017. Yakuza 3 was made in 2009.
Yeah.
To look at gaming from that time period, and to bring that kicking and screaming into the modern era,
Whether it likes
maybe
it or
not
not.
the best. Maybe not the best time. Maybe not the best time.
No.
Imagine a beat 'em up JRPG where 90% of the time enemies block all of your attacks.
That sounds fun.
I wanted to kill myself. I actually have a fucking spreadsheet going of like it's also pinned on my Twitter page, is the amount of time I've invested into these Yakuza games, like completion rates and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been collecting all of the end screens. But basically it categorizes like playtime, amount of battles you have, like all the good stuff that you have basically poured all of your time into.
Mm-hmm.
So Kiwami, there's a couple of different stats here, but Kiwami I spent 38 hours in. I have like 226 street battles and a completion rate of 70%.
Okay.
I got a big chunk of it done. I got all the sub-stories done, bar one, because it was too difficult.
Alright, that's fair.
Kiwami 2, I spent 37 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
About 200 approximate street battles, and a 69% completion rate.
That sounds good.
Not bad. Really fun game, honestly. My favorite of the franchise so far. Then Yakuza 3 comes in. I spent 20 hours, 60 street battles,
Wow.
and completed 20%.
Wow.
Fuck that game to hell. It is dog shit. It's fucking bad. I don't care what sort of mental fucking gymnastics you want to fucking perform to try and convince yourself that it's not as bad as it is. It's bad. It's shit. Fuck it. I hated every moment of it. I didn't even complete most of the sub-stories. I thought, you know what? I don't have to do this. I can just do the main story and finish it and then move the fuck on to Yakuza 4, which ironically is the first game I ever played of the Yakuza series.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fucking good.
It's really good.
For that, I spent 44 hours on, about 150 street battles, and a completion rate of about 40%. So,
Not bad at all.
yeah. Now we're in Yakuza 5.
How is that?
Oh, man. It takes the best parts of the series and the worst parts of the series, amplifies them, and puts them into one game.
So it's a big conflicting mess.
I haven't finished it yet,
Okay.
because I'm not playing it as much. Like, Kiwami 2 I played every fucking day. Kiwami, I played every day.
I remember when this
Yakuza 3
crusade first started, like, it was... You breezed through this shit.
Yeah. And now I finished Yakuza 4, and I'm like, okay, now I'm literally moving into the unknown. I know nothing about 5, I know nothing about 0, I know nothing about 6.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, we'll just go in blind, fuck it.
So you still haven't played 0?
No, I'm playing 0 after 5.
Why there?
Because that's when it came out.
Oh, okay. So you're strictly going release order. Okay.
Basically, except for the first 2, because I'm playing the remakes of the first 2, but that's, you know... It should be fine, right? I shouldn't have to fucking play oh, whatever. But, yeah, I'm still playing through Yakuza 5. It's been about a month. I'm not into it.
Alright, well, they're not
There are
all
parts
winners.
of it that are really good, but then there are parts of it that are really fucking boring and bad.
The duality of Yakuza.
I owe it to myself to finish it and then just go on to 0, which is apparently the fucking best one ever made. Oh my god, everyone fucking loves it.
From what I've seen of 0, it's really good.
Yeah, so I'll get to that when I get to that, but for now I'm in 5, which is like the purgatory between the really good and the really shit, so, you know.
Alright.
I plan on doing a lore episode, like the Kingdom Hearts one, for Yakuza.
We have a couple lore episodes stewing, getting ready to release.
Yeah, we
so.
got that one, we got Five Nights at Freddy's, we've got the NFL for some reason. That's your idea. That's entirely on you, so...
I don't remember pitching an NFL lore. I remember pitching Dark Souls
literally
lore.
have. No, you literally have NFL.
Oh. I don't know what to prepare for that one.
Just talk to me about the NFL.
I guess so. Maybe I'll just do what's currently happening.
Yeah, we'll rip off Go, my favorite sports team, and we'll do a fucking NFL primer. Why not? Nothing's original.
And then, maybe I'll do a Dark Souls lore. That's going to be, I got to do my homework for that one.
Is there any lore?
Oh, there's a lot.
Oh, okay. The games wouldn't have you believe it, though.
It's there. You just have to, it gives you surface level. We'll talk about it when that episode happens.
Yay! More fun with Dark Souls, my favorite franchise, but I'll never play.
Well, maybe someday.
Maybe someday. The lore episode might put me onto it, but no. After I'm done with the Yakuza series, I'm moving on to Resident Evil.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I've only really properly played the 4th one. Which,
Well,
if you listen to our video game episode, you know.
Didn't you play 7?
Yeah, I played 7 and I played 8, but I've only played them, once.
Oh.
4 I've played, so many times I've lost count.
Yeah, you basically memorized the game.
Yeah, never played 1, 2, or 3, so.
Alright.
Or 5, or 6. There's a lot I haven't played, alright? But yeah, after I'm done with Yakuza, I'll get on to Resident Evil. We'll do a Resident Evil lore episode. We're throwing more ideas out there that'll probably never happen anyway. Fuck it.
No, we actually do ideas on this show.
I mean, yeah.
It's just we only get to one idea a week, so they take a while. Indeed
they do. But yeah, that's basically the story of Balamori for me. I've got nothing else to add.
I think that's a good place to wrap it up. I think
so we're caught up. So we're all here. We're all happy, hey, howdy people.
We're all back in the saddle on this horse.
We still got the moves.
This podcast horse. I don't know where I'm going with this metaphor.
Yeah, I really hope that you had an ending to that, but you just don't. So that's disappointing. What is socials, links? What are we doing here? What's the ending routine?
Well, the ending routine is that I tell you we have an email address where you can submit questions. If you have any questions for us, we'll answer them on the air. Please do that. Interact with us.
Can you tell by the fact that we've never read an email before that no one does this?
We did at one point. There was a brief period. Literally one time. But yeah, bitterchatterpodcast@gmail.com. You can talk to us, say something.
If you're listening to this right now, give us an email, post a comment that says Apple. I don't care.
There you go.
Give us an apple.
Just give me an apple.
Carmine. If we don't have an apple in the next week, you know that no one fucking listens to this.
Well, I see on Anchor, people listen. Now it's just we need you to interact.
Hello.
So we have that. We also have a Bitter Chatter Instagram and a Twitter @BitterChatPod. We have a merch store, which is redbubble.com/people/BitterChatPod. And then we have individual socials. Mine are Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at @thatguy_Carmine. And then, Brooks, what are yours?
You can find me on Twitter and TikTok. I don't post really much on either, so I don't know why you'd follow me. In fact, if you follow me, I want you to unfollow me. I don't want your follows. It's @Strayborn.
Look me up so you can unfollow me.
Exactly, and then follow me again so I know you're listening to this.
There you go. And I think that's everything. And I'm now looking...
Oh my god, who's coming into my room? It's Vince McMahon!
Oh, damn it. This joke is gonna go over the heads of most of your audience, pal.
Oh no, he's pulling me away into obscurity!
Vince took my partner. I don't even know what I'm gonna do now. Alright, bye everybody.
I'm back, damn it, and we're gonna talk about... What do you think about egg salad?
I'm the new bitter.
I'm bitter, damn it. An egg salad is not real.
It's definitely real, Vince.
Shut up, damn it!
I like the idea that Vince takes your wild statements and makes them even wilder. Like, not only is egg salad not a salad, it doesn't even actually exist.
Knights were a conspiracy, damn it!
By who?
I'm gonna take you for a ride.
Oh no, okay.
On the highway to hell!
I pinned God.
WrestleMania!
It sound right, boy.